right, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Holly Rustick, and I'm your host today for the UOG BOH Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. I'm super excited today to welcome my guest, Matt Simpson of Green Banana Paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and introduce him. So Matt Simpson, a New London, Connecticut native, moved to Micronesia as a volunteer teacher in 2007, and he never left. A keen surfer, Matt wanted to do something to give back to his community that had given him a life he could have only dreamed of. Matt began Green Banana Paper after seeing the lack of job opportunities for his graduating students and the need for sustainable and exportable products from Micronesia. Matt currently lives on Kosrae most of the year and likes to get off island to chase waves around the world. Thank you so much, Matt, for joining me today at the University of Guam.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yay. And we've had the opportunity to kind of get to know each other a little bit over the last few days. You've been doing a lot here at the center. The Entrepreneur Series, you did a whole series on From Waste to Wealth, and that was really exciting. So we're super excited for you to be here. And you'll also be opening tonight for Startup Weekend, and you'll be one of the judges on Sunday when they close after their 56 hours of studying, to actually open up and get pitching for their business ideas. So we're super excited.
Yeah.
And you're here for Life Teen Expo tomorrow. So that's going to be really exciting. November 10th, we're just, super excited to be a part of that with the Small Business Development Center and bringing you out here so you can give a seat talk for a part of Center for Island Sustainability and to actually judge the pitch tank.
Yeah, busy day.
Yeah.
Exciting day. Yeah.
So, this is not your first time to Guam, though.
No, I've been coming through here in order to go to Indonesia. I've been here for FestPac. I've been here for GMIF and have started to make friends and family here. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so it's really good. I know, as people on the islands, we get to know each other, and Guam is a hub, for this region. So it's great that you can come in and out of Guam. A lot of us, unfortunately, haven't had the opportunity to go to Kosrae yet, though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have no choice. If we want to leave, we got to go to Guam or Hawaii, and
Oh, you have flights straight to Hawaii as well?
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
Yep, those are our two options. Our escape plans.
So can you just tell me a bit? So I know I read your bio, but this is exciting. People have been talking about Green Banana Paper on Guam for quite a while. I've been hearing, especially, I would say in the last 5 months, there seemed to have been some kind of spike. I don't know if it was on your social media, but all of a sudden something went viral somewhere and your name's really gotten around.
Yeah.
So can you talk about, first off, I know teaching kind of led you to Kosrae, volunteering, but, just your experience there and then what inspired you to start a business?
Well, I was living out there as a teacher, and of course, salary's low and quality of living's very high, so that's it's nice. But as you get older and you kind of want to have some financial stability and maybe to make a bigger impact in the community, to give back more, I was not wanting to go back to America and get one of those 9-to-5 jobs. I don't want to leave a place with so much opportunity, and if you can see the opportunity, there's a lot there. So I saw that and the need for services, and felt like I could make a much bigger difference in a small community versus anywhere I could probably go and live elsewhere. And I could keep that quality of life really high, and that's what's most important for myself, to kind of have a nice work-life balance. Right. Is to be able to surf right out my front door, and not spend an hour in traffic, and kind of get the best of both worlds, as long as there's internet and you can stay connected with your friends and family abroad, and you end up seeing your family just as much as if you lived a couple hours away.
Right.
Yeah. And if you have the freedom to travel and can figure out how to travel cheaply, then it's a great life. It's paradise if you can handle it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I say that.
It is the distance, like you said, you have to come through Guam or Hawaii. And so just to give our viewers, our listeners, or our viewers, we're also on YouTube, a little bit of background about Kosrae, and if they're not familiar, like Guam's about a 3.5 hour flight from the Philippines. We're about 4.5 hours to Japan. So based on that, and we're about, let's see, 7.5 hours from Hawaii. So Kosrae, how would you kind of position that?
Yeah, Kosrae is about 1,000 miles east of Guam and 1,000 miles north of Auckland, New Zealand. We're in this kind of the easternmost part of the Micronesia region, and we are just next to Marshall Islands and north of Solomon Islands, north of the equator even. 5 degrees north, 163 degrees east.
Okay, so you're very southeast of us.
We're southeast, very southeast,
Yeah.
Near the equator, get a lot of rain and just beautiful, lush, mountainous island, similar to Tahiti.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds
Mini
lovely.
Tahiti or mini Kauai.
Yeah. And how far are you from Australia then?
Oh, I don't know. We're halfway between Hawaii and Australia.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
But you can't get direct flights to Australia?
Air Nauru comes through, but not to Kosrae anymore because we're such a small island, and they lose money just landing and taking off.
Yeah.
To pick one time I got picked when Air Nauru was coming to Kosrae. I was the only passenger to get picked up.
Oh,
it was like my own
wow.
private taxi.
That's amazing.
So.
You're like, I'm my own jet.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. So you're out there, and just kind of, we can back up just a little bit because I think it's so interesting. You're in Connecticut. You're working on a degree, and you're saying, okay, I mean, how did you even find out about Kosrae?
I went to University of Vermont in their secondary education teacher training program and came out with a license to teach high school social studies. And I ended up I wanted to work abroad, and I was looking at websites like Escape Artists or, those ones that have job postings from around the world. Like teaching's very easy to go somewhere and teach English or teach something. So I found World Teach, which is similar to Peace Corps, but it's non-government, and they offered a program in Marshall Islands, and being a surfer, Marshall Islands, that was kind of the frontier and exciting to me, and I wanted to learn island life and how to like open coconuts and spear your own fish and do that. And I ended up in the Marshall Islands, got accepted to that program with 45 other volunteers who were spread out to different islands. It was amazing. I made lifelong relationships, and I ended up getting a job as the World Teach field director, the kind of head teacher that would bring it to Kosrae for their first year of that program. And unfortunately, World Teach is no longer serving Federated States of Micronesia. They chose to focus on only bigger ones in Marshall Islands, bigger programs. And Peace Corps is even pulled out of Micronesia.
Oh, wow. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's big, because there was a lot of Peace Corps volunteers in the area.
Yeah. So anyone listening out there that's a teacher, Micronesia needs teachers to come in, and you can have an adventure and an experience. Try it out.
Great.
Yeah.
And that's not the only experience they can have. You also have an internship program at your factory.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'd love to. We are looking for skilled people in anything from content creation to marketing to laser cutting to paper making to product development and design and factory efficiencies, and any kind of professionals that are out there that are maybe retired and looking for some way to make an impact on their vacation or go somewhere for a while. And we're offering anywhere from like a 1 to 3 month internship. We also do artisan residency for product development and product-based experience for artists, working with our staff directly. And the internship can be doing some tasks that are relevant to your desire and your experience level, and trying to have you train one of our workers so that your skills, your work will continue. And we have a 2-bedroom apartment in the back that we've built just for interns and artists and residents, and we're hoping to attract people to help with our skills development on the island and help us kind of get to the next level and expand our network and give people an awesome experience. Half of the time is required. I require half of the time almost each day to be devoted to having fun.
Oh, that's
great. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's a full rounded experience of what it means to live in the island, and my goal is actually in that is to make you fall in love with the island so that you keep coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Very wise.
And it is paid.
That's
It's
great.
it's a $300 a month, and utilities and rent are covered. Living
Nice.
space, private living space, and you just
That's
have to
amazing. Can you
get the plane
survive off
ticket.
of $300 a month when you have your rent paid for? Because you have your rent and
You
utilities
can,
covered.
yeah, you can go out to dinner maybe once or twice a week. We have like two restaurants on the island, and otherwise you can just live slightly frugally. There's no bars. There's not a lot to spend your money on, and yeah, it goes a long way. It goes a lot farther there than
Yeah.
anywhere else.
So there you have it. If you want an opportunity to go to Kosrae, get there and you will have an apartment and you will have some money on
Try
the
it
side.
out.
It's a good deal.
Yep.
That's a really good package. Do you have a lot of people taking you up on that? Have you had a lot of people come out?
So far, we've had 2 people come out. We've
Nice.
had about 20 applicants.
Wow.
And you can apply through a link on our website. It's greenbananapaper.com/pages/opportunities. And it's also a link in the menu bar at the top of the website. And it's a Google form application that we're just asking, the relevant information, and we get right back in contact, and we try to set up a Skype call, a video call,
Right.
to talk more about the program and yourself, and if kind of that process.
So you go through a vetting process,
we
which
do
is very
vet.
smart.
Yeah. Well, not everyone can handle island life, and
Yeah.
we live in close quarters as well. We
Yeah.
work together, and we want people to kind of be a good fit.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. That's really smart as well.
Yeah.
So that's great. Okay, so now people are like, oh my gosh, I want to go to Kosrae, but I don't know what this guy does. What is green banana paper? We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get to that. What is the essence of your company? What do you create? What do you
Right.
guys do? What is green banana paper?
Green banana paper is a sustainably sourced paper that makes a social impact, and our primary purpose is to create jobs on the island, which is the most badly needed thing, and using a sustainable resource, which most resources on an island are finite and limited. Luckily, our island is blessed with lots of rain and great soil, and we have a lot of banana trees. That's the most noticeable thing that you can pretty much see. We have a lot of fruit trees and coconuts and breadfruit and everything, but bananas are truly in abundance. I think we have 6,000 people. I think we have well over 250,000 banana trees, and that was from a census from
Wow.
2012. And banana trees rapidly self-multiply. It's like a spring onion. When you use it, you got to cut it. When you chop the when you chop the bananas down to harvest the bananas, that tree is at the end of its 1-year life cycle. It's not going to produce another bunch, and it needs to be cut down to make room for the keiki or the babies at the bottom. And actually, it self-multiplies in such a perfect way that by the time the fruits are ready on the mother tree, there's already 2 out the side that are like 4 to 6 months old.
Oh, wow.
So the next one won't take that long. And if you cut that one stem, 12 months later, if you want, there'll be a tree coming out of that one that you cut right there. So it's
Right. So you're not killing the trees. It's
We are not
already at
killing
the
it,
end of
yeah.
its life cycle.
Yeah, no one
Yeah.
knows that, and so sometimes people think that we're killing trees, and we have to kind of explain that. And it's a cool fact. There's a lot of cool facts about bananas that I like to share. I used to teach a whole quarter on the foreign policy of the banana
Interesting.
and how the U.S. toppled democratically elected leaders and the inventions around the banana, and I can talk for hours about it. I mean, ship-to-shore radio and refrigerated container shipping. That's all because of bananas.
Wow.
railroads to ports, and everything was from bananas, and that's mostly in the Central America area.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
bananas have always been some kind of like sustaining, the economy, or is linking people together. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's one of the most traded things in the world. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I know, because even at the store nowadays, you see so many different kinds of bananas too. You're seeing more and more,
Yeah.
especially here in this area, but I imagine in Central America as well.
Yeah, well, there's huge disease problems going on, and probably most of us listening abroad where we don't grow bananas in our region, but we buy them at the store.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to buy the Cavendish banana for much longer unless scientists figure out a way to genetically modify it against some diseases. So there's a big problem with the future of the banana industry, and we're not using. I'll make it clear now because we're talking about bananas. We're not using the bananas, the fruits. We're using the tree trunk.
Right.
So the tree trunks, like we were saying, need to be cut down, and they become a nuisance for the farmers. It's bio waste. It's very heavy. It's full of water. Most people don't use it at all. Like the big plantations, they don't use it, as far as I know. They might use it to burn and run, some kind of steam electricity or something, but they're not making value-added products from their agricultural waste. So I saw this as a resource that could be used, and it's not my idea. I originally learned about it through research of Philippines. They're way advanced. They have Abaca Fiber Research Institutes, and Abaca is banana fiber, a very strong fiber banana tree that doesn't produce fruits. It's just made for fiber, and they're famous for it. That's what Manila hemp is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah. I recently went on a surf trip over there, and I saw all in the village that I went to. I was just over the moon looking at banana fiber hanging down on outside everybody's houses. I was like, oh, I gotta move here.
Yeah, interesting.
It's everywhere, and it's the same thing as hemp fiber. It's in the bast fiber family, so people can make the same kind of things with hemp.
Yeah, you can make clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many different things.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then so you guys you harvest the tusk, I guess is what they're called.
The trunk.
Trunks.
Yeah, the trunk. We take the trunks. We buy them from over 100 farmers on the island, which is basically like almost every family, and that was the goal.
Yeah.
And to spread revenue for almost every family on the island.
That's so cool.
Just a little bit. We directly employ 35 people right now.
Awesome.
And we indirectly support over all their family, all these farmers. So we collect it from them. We have a fiber processing little house that's simple with a machine that helps us do that efficiently. We chop it, boil it, put it in these pulping machines that we had custom made for us down in New Zealand, and then we put it into a kind of vat of water and do the Nepalese handmade paper style, which is on screens, and then we dip the screen in a vat with pulp in it, and these skilled paper maker guys now, they're making beautiful world-class paper, and we dry that in the tent, and then we gonna decorate it or cut it, chop it. We have we've been gradually advancing our equipment and techniques and turn it into high-value products, hopefully, that are shippable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that, you just actually gifted me, so thank you again,
with
a wallet and a passport case. And I was like, this is so cool. I mean, it's just beautiful. The stitching is gorgeous. It's really soft. I mean, it's just really high quality. And I love it that it's coming from this little island, and it's just, the quality is there. And I know you were talking about that at the Entrepreneur series the other day, that you've had a lot of challenges with quality, and you finally kind of hit your kind of groove with that. And, so can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we started out with kind of like a electronic cutting machine. Then we would hand score and fold and glue our wallets. That was our first wallets that you can find on Kickstarter. We did a whole Kickstarter thing.
Nice.
We used some of that money from Kickstarter. It was successful. We were able to get a lot of sales from that, but we used that money to buy 5 industrial sewing machines and also hire the sewers. So now we're not using any glue. We're sewing them just like you do with leather wallets, and that's was kind of started marketing it as banana leather in quotations, and as a vegan leather substitute in certain situations. We get contacted all the time from material colleges and young entrepreneurs that are excited that they found a sustainable leather for shoes and things, and our name is Green Banana Paper, so we're paper shoes don't really work, and belts and things, so we're focused on small items that require as little paper as possible, and are very functional, as well as beautiful. We're trying to create a great product, and wallets was the first one that we got to, and now we have a laser cutter recently that we were able to purchase, and that's stepped up our quality like crazy, because we do the engraving, cutting, and score lines all in one go. It's all perfect.
Oh, nice.
And it's all quicker even, and we can do our own packaging and prototyping and retail displays, and when you brand the banana paper, it looks really cool. When you burn and like laser engrave it, it looks really beautiful, and it's simple and elegant.
Yeah.
And we're going for eco luxury.
Yes.
So that we
and
can.
your products do look like that.
Thank you.
It definitely looks like something you could see in GQ or something.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Yeah.
And the reason we have to do that is we're not trying to compete with a mass manufactured factory like maybe you'd find in China or Thailand, where they're selling tens of thousands of units of something and getting pennies, or arguing over pennies. Since we know like the end value of what our product could be, and if we can guarantee the good customer service and the quality, then we should tell our story and justify the value and let our customers justify the value of our product, so that we can pay our staff more.
I love that. Yeah.
They're
There's no
struggling.
point in coming down with your price when you have a quality product, and it's so socially conscious and eco-conscious. It's very
it's tough. It's a balance. You have to get more efficient yourself as much as possible to drop the cost, but it's hard. Yeah. It's difficult.
So what are all the products that you currently have, that you currently sell? So if somebody went to see Green Banana Paper and they wanted to scroll your Instagram or go on your website, what would they see?
Yeah. Right now we're even paring down our designs. We're simplifying our amount of products we're offering, and since I've been talking about this laser engraving and how beautiful and elegant it is getting, we're January 1st, we're just paring down our offerings to natural men's and women's wallets, a slim wallet design, and passport jacket, and we're gonna keep designing like phone case type stuff and portfolios and high value paper products that people would use when they want to make a statement or show, like, paper is important in certain situations still.
Right.
And everybody
absolutely.
thought paper would kind of go away with the internet, and it hasn't. And it's when you get a letter in the mail or you get a postcard from somebody, it's like really special. Nowadays, it's even more special. So we're going to find our supporters, find our customer base, and make what they're asking for. But right now, wallets and business cards.
Yes, beautiful business cards.
Yes.
And you can even, so say for my business, if I said, hey, Matt, I want you to make me some business cards, you could do them for me, and I could even keep a little bit of your branding on there just to support you, right? There's some kind of seal that would be on there. So.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it's just basically a recycle symbol explaining it's a banana fiber paper card. It's eco-friendly. It's sustainably produced in Micronesia, and kind of makes a statement about who you are and what you care about when you give it to someone, and it sets you apart.
And what about stationery? So you said we could also do paper.
But it's an expensive thing that we don't often produce.
Okay. And I like that you also work a lot with larger companies, and say if they want to get their employees Christmas gifts or something like that, they can go to you and have you, kind of get that whole thing done for them so they can do something special?
Yeah, every company needs Christmas gifts and client appreciation gifts. And if you look at the catalogs, it's not, everybody knows it came from a catalog.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good gifts. And we're a thoughtful gift.
Yeah,
So,
very thoughtful.
And we're easy to work with. We're professional with a full graphic design studio, and we supply like digital art proofs and do it the professional way. So people it's easy for them and it's easy for us, and we look forward to getting more larger clients that would help support us.
But even the just anyone could go even on Amazon because you supply to Amazon, so they could buy that way as well, and they could get an individual product. Right?
Yeah, if you're in the States and you want it in 2 days, then Amazon. If you want it in like 4 days, you can order from our website. Also, we have that in effect now.
Nice.
Not that was like the last couple of months we've gotten that worked out.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a big thing.
Excuse me.
That's awesome. So, so now that since we're at a university here, I just want to talk about, and you had your degree in education. So can you just kind of talk about like what course has helped you the most, right, in your business, and maybe what course do you wish you would have taken that could have really helped you?
Well, you're asking a teacher, so
yeah.
I guess actually I've done a lot of teaching and skills training with my staff, and just using those kind of principles of there's multiple types of learners, how much can someone actually focus, and what would help them throughout their day with we got them a ping pong table to play at break times and lunch
nice.
the other week, and that's just kind of a fun way to blow off some steam and kind of refocus better when they come back,
Yeah, just like kids.
Yeah.
They need recess, right?
We're all kids. We're all big kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so that's really interesting. I love that just the methodologies of teaching and the philosophies and approach has helped you become a good manager and a good owner, because you have to work with people.
Yes, very much so.
That's awesome. But yeah, what do you wish you would have taken, or what would you encourage people, if they're in college right now and they're looking at opening a business at some point, what would you kind of like say, hey, you might want to take this one, like nudge, nudge?
I would go based on the teacher. I would probably say find a mentor while you're in college, and that will just get you like 3 or 4 steps up compared to everybody else. And I wish I had mentors to help me.
Great example. No, I love that you said that.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a course.
It's not, yeah.
Find a good teacher that can be a mentor.
Yeah, you can teach yourself all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can just learn everything on YouTube, which is actually how I learned how to make paper. I learned everything on YouTube and Google, you know. But the advice from people can be very valuable, and having good mentors and learning from them gets you. I mean, that's worth gold. Yeah.
Do you have mentors now?
I'm beginning to identify them, and I'll learn as much as I can from someone who I find that, oh wow, I really love what they're doing. But once I figure out, how can I apply this to myself or my life, and try to do that, I look for the next one. There's just so much that you could learn.
That's so good.
You never want to stop learning.
And it's nice to find someone like a few steps ahead of you, so it's not so dramatic and it's a little bit more practical. And then when you get there, like you said, then you have to find the next one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So maybe they can be your colleague at that point, but you still need to keep lifting yourself up.
Yeah.
And go a few steps more now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You keep learning new things, and if you're the entrepreneur, then you're dealing with every single problem that comes up, and all the problems are new problems, you know. And if it's not a new problem, then you should probably hand that off to somebody else to deal with and teach, and so that you can focus yourself on the new problems, and so you're ending up to be constantly learning as an entrepreneur.
And I just love, it's a totally different culture, but now it's a part of you. You've been there for quite a while, I'm
Yeah.
sure but you have extra challenges that may not be as apparent like in mainstream US, because just shipping is one huge thing, and
Yeah.
different things, different cultural characteristics, or just not the ease in the States, of getting things. I don't know, the internet goes out sometimes, or it can
Power
be
goes
slow.
out all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of different challenges. So, I just really commend you for how far your business has gotten. And you were sharing with me that you're in your 5th year, right? You're entering in, and I'm just like, wow, that's so amazing. So, can you just tell, I know we're going to wrap up here, but what's the future look like for Green Banana Paper?
International business development, educational materials for sharing our model once we really nail it down, and we've already come a long way, and we'd like to kind of package that up and share it with all the people that are asking and coming to our site and asking about, how can I use my banana trees in my yard, because the whole equator is not a very wealthy place, around the world, and that's where all the banana trees are in small island developing states, and you don't have to have plantations to like make some paper, and paper is so basic, and something that's just able to be made into so many different things and provide so many needs for life. So yeah, that's.
I love that. And I love that you're doing consulting. So those of you who are listening, if you're thinking, especially like you said, around the equator, and if you're thinking, well, we have bananas in our backyard and all over the place, contact Matt.
Yeah, you can reach out to me.
Yeah.
I'll probably, right now, since we're not ready, I'll probably just say, hey, you can read everything on our website.
Yeah.
Until that time when we're ready to actually share stuff.
Right. Yeah, get on his wait list for sure. That would be great. And where can they find you?
We're at Green Banana Paper on all things, greenbananapaper.com, and Instagram and Facebook.
Nice.
Yes, and on YouTube you can see our videos, and we'll have some new stuff coming out this spring, and hopefully we're hiring content creators and videographers and full-time people to work with us, because it's really important to put out daily content and add value, give value to people, and we're gonna have a whole push on that for the whole next year.
It's amazing. Just the way the internet has. Without the internet, how difficult.
You can't do this without the internet. Yeah.
It's amazing that you can get on social, and that's how you've been able to scale worldwide. You were sharing that your products are in many different countries around the world.
Yeah.
So, do you know how many?
It's like over 40 now,
Wow.
I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, you guys please go and check out at Green Banana Paper and look at the beautiful products that Matt and his team put together.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on this podcast and being on Guam. We're really excited about you being here. So I hope you feel the love from the island.
Yep.
And so we'll continue to work together, I'm sure. So any questions that you have, again, please reach out to Matt and just see what he's doing and give him some hearts and some thumbs up on his picture and follow him along as he goes on this journey, because the social and environmental effects that you're having, not only in your island but across the world, it's really dramatic. So once again, I just commend you and your team for what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.